Welcome back, guys. It's Inside, man. Check this out. It is actually about to storm and rain. I even seen some lightning over the way. Actually, Angel just passed by, believe it or not. Yeah. So, we're going to get to the show really quick, but walk with me, talk to me for a second, and then we'll vibe out. Let's go. Well, it's been a little minute since I pulled up on a lot of individuals. You know the funny thing is, when people finally see you, they be like, oh, bro, where you been? I've been living. Been relaxing, chilling, working on me. Yeah. Now, of course, that's not me saying I ain't had no bad days or frustrating moments along the way, but I just been doing me. So people have been seeing the video of Semi and I out there at the Arlington Improv. What you haven't got to see was at Live Wix. Now, Live Wix is a place where you may want to book. Use the event space. Very nice, very professional. Matter of fact, I'm gonna run the clip. Currently at Live Wix, as you guys see, over here vibing out. We just got through knocking out, rocking out with JB Comedy at the Bubba Dub show, man. Big shout out to Live Wix. Y'all hear Big G on that phone over there having a whole conversation. I'm trying.
He being humble, Big G. He being too humble right now.
He being like you, I ain't got too much.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that, man. I just say I'm just thankful, man. I'm just thankful, and you know, I just try to continue to have the bravery, the confidence, the charisma, and determination to persevere until the opportunity presents itself. You know what I mean?
I'm in the manager's vibe right now, but plugging individuals in. You guys are looking for a space to rock out with, man, this is where you want to come, man. They really out here doing the damn thing. So beautiful things is happening, man. Shout out Semi, Quest Promotion, Live Wix, Industry Talk, Boss Talk, One-on-One, Primetime Network. Appreciate y'all spinning that on the radio. It's all the way up. It's inside. Y'all know I barely come outside, but when I come outside, it's meant for a reason. History being made. Lock in. The Quest is here. What that mean? The best is here. Yeah, so pretty dope clip, right? But check this out. It's not saying the inside is always going to be back outside, but there are a few things going on. It will behoove you to tap in. Welcome back to the show. We're going to have a good one today. I wonder what Angel's Blog is going to be about today. You never know. Let's go. Now, I'm not the guy for surprises, but this may just be one of them ones. One of them shows. Roll that footage. No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm gonna share some of them stories with you on this channel. What's going on, guys, man? Welcome back. I know you can hear it in my voice that yeah, I'm not feeling too good, but we're gonna stay consistent, persistent, and make sure we knock the show out. So we're gonna roll with the punches. Hope you guys like the little clip, little sneak peek. Only people got to see that is people that actually locked into the live. You'll have to watch it a little later on before I drop that. But it was a good energy, locking in brothers that are doing amazing and phenomenal things out here. Yes, I got a new blog for you. Shout out to Angel. Man, y'all, I'm cooking right now. Literally, I'm actually eating me some oatmeal right now, and I actually have me a grapefruit. Shout out to Angel, she got me a grapefruit. So, boom, bow. I'm feeling like, anyways, we're gonna leave that alone. How y'all doing, man? I hope you guys having an amazing Tuesday. It is August 25th. Currently 10 a.m. where I stand. I don't know what time where you are at, but it's time to goddamn do the damn thing. Anyways, man, I'm excited for today's show. Angel did like a few blogs. She did like 2. Actually, she's done a few of these. You guys can catch up on rawtruenovels.org. There's a lot going on. There's shows and events and things that are coming on. I will talk about the new hosting event. I will talk about. Hold on, let me click this little thing. I don't want to hear myself right now. My ears are hurting, right? You ever feel sick, like you hear your ears hurting and stuff? So I kind of like turned the audio and the headphones off, right? But it's still going to be an exciting show. Still going to be a show. I don't care how bad I'm feeling, man. I am going to make this shit happen. All right. Anyways, this oatmeal is good. right? But I hope you guys are having an amazing day, man. But on today's show, man, we're talking about who's hanging us now. There's a lot of stuff going on right now in the world. And listen, before we even get it, just go too far with this right now, this stuff has not stopped happening. Social media now has become the hub for instant news. And sometimes that news may not even be accurate. But for the most part, we take it as it comes and we kind of roll with the punches until facts drop out, right? But there is a lot of stuff going on. Angel's going to mention some things in this blog that I'm going to share with you guys. And we'll break it down. We'll let it roll. But today's going to be a good show. It's going to be an amazing show. And I'm going to compare a lot of these different points she makes in this blog. That means I actually listen to it. This, you're not finna surprise me no more. Yesterday was you bamboozled my ass yesterday. Not today. So I actually listen to the blog and let you guys hear it. Definitely a deep one. It's a deep one. This is a touchy subject for some people, and for others, it's a part of your history. Matter of fact, it's a part of all of our history, no matter what side of the tree or the noose you was on. But I'm gonna tell you what, it needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked about, man. And yeah, big shout out to Gonzo on engagement, bro. Shout out to bro. It seemed like you're happy in Colorado. It seemed like you're glistening, you're shining, brother. Like you're just God damn it, you're happy, and I love it for you, man. I'm talking about, bro, is actively active doing things, and I love it. Bro, back in school too. You know what I mean? Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. But we finna rock and roll. I know y'all want to hear my ass no more. Angie really took over the show. I'm gonna tell y'all one day, y'all gonna pop up, the intro gonna come in, and next thing you know, you gonna see Angel right here, and she gonna hold the show down. She gonna break down one of her own damn blogs. But yeah, man. Hey, what Beyonce say? Put a ring on it. I guess somebody finna do it. All right, but listen, man. Congratulations to you. So much blessings to you, bro, man. You really gotta know your ground, hold your ground. You gotta beat through some things, go through some things to make that decision. I believe you know what you're doing, brother. So I salute you. Salute to the queen. Salute to the whole family. All right. Oh God, man, I'm woo. I slap back in reality. All right, listen. We here. We rocking and rolling, man. Got some packages on the way. I just got a message from Angel. Angel said there's packages on the way, so I guess I will be on the lookout for that. DL Hoogley said some things. Angel actually mentioned it, but let's go ahead and get right. Let's just jump right into it. We're going to jump right into it. Wow. All right. Strange Fruit is what this one is called, right? Who's hanging us now? Obviously. Right, but listen, it's gonna be interesting. So let's go ahead and roll it. Angel, here we go. And then we're gonna come back and we'll break it down. And while I wipe my nose and clean my face. Roll that footage.
The short version of Strange Fruit. Who's hanging us now? When we stop looking outward and start looking at what we're doing to each other. By yours truly, Lynette Williams. In 1939, Billie Holiday sang a song that chilled the world to its core. Later, Nina Simone gave it a voice so heavy with grief that you couldn't listen without feeling your heart break. Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves, and blood at the root. We all know what Strange Fruit was about. It painted a haunting picture of black bodies hanging from trees, victims of racial terror, hatred, and public violence. It was a mirror forced in front of a country that refused to look at the horrors committed against black people. Decades later, comedian D.L. Hewley asked a question that made me sit in silence. He looked at headlines of young black boys being cut down by other young black boys in the street and asked, who's hanging these kids now? That question hit my chest like a ton of bricks. We know who hung us back then. We know what those trees meant. We know the systemic history, racism, redlining, poverty, and generational wounds. Nobody can erase that, and I will never pretend it didn't happen. But as I watched the news today, seeing teenagers open fire over a hat, a street corner, a social media comment, or a momentary blow to their ego, I have to ask a question that makes people deeply uncomfortable. At what point do we stop explaining away every destructive pattern by only pointing at what was done to us and start looking at what we are doing to each other, acting out a script we didn't write? Let's be transparent. For generations, they called us dangerous, hood, ratchet, ghetto, and animals. They put it on the news and built movie genres around it. And what did some of us do? We swallowed the script. We started trying to be the best version of what we saw on television. We mistook aggression for strength, being feared for being respected, toxicity for loyalty, and a street corner we don't even own for a legacy worth dying over. We took stereotypes designed to dehumanize us and turn them into a performance. If every piece of media tells you that manhood is holding a gun and respect is proven through violence, eventually you have to ask, are you living your own life or performing a character somebody else sold you? When do we stop letting a screen tell us how to treat our own blood? Look at the news. Are you proud of us? Look at what happens when we come together on the news today. Sometimes I watch videos of young people stomping out another child, tearing down a store, or shooting into a crowd of their own people. And I think, is this what we've become? Are you proud? When you look at that screen, when we come together in our full power, Black and brown people create magic. We build movements, invent music the world dances to, create businesses, art, literature, family structures, faith, and laughter. If we are capable of that much collective creation, why do we turn that same energy toward our own destruction? Why do we make excuses when a child kills another child who looks just like him? We blame music, neighborhoods, schools, poverty, government, and racism. Systems matter, history matters. Poverty and trauma are real. But somewhere in the middle of all that explaining, somebody has to ask, what are we doing to ourselves when we become part of the rope? Some of our wounds are now being reopened by our own hands. We are strange fruiting ourselves when a mother orders a custom funeral shirt for a 16-year-old son who never got to graduate. We are strange fruiting ourselves when we post RIP on social media before the body is even cold, type a praying emoji, and keep scrolling. We are strange fruiting ourselves when we value shoes, a reputation, or pride more than another human being's life. We are strange fruiting ourselves when we stay silent while our neighborhoods turn into war zones because we're too afraid to speak up. This is spiritual decay and unhealed generational trauma masquerading as toughness. This is a generation being taught how to survive, but never being taught how to value life, starting with their own. The rope isn't always made of hemp. Sometimes the rope is our own unhealed anger, pride, or silence. It is time to drop the performance, tone off the script, and look at the child standing in front of you. The brown, golden, beautiful child who deserves a life, not a memorial shirt. The question can no longer just be, what happened to us? The question today has to be, what are we willing to change inside ourselves so our children can finally live? If you want to read more of my blogs, please visit rawtruenovels.org and share your thoughts.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's just going crazy right now. Big shout out to JB Braswell, man, Jarrell Braswell, the real comedian JB Braswell, man. This brother right here actually he just dropped a reel. You reading the joint. Now, we finna get into this one. There's a lot. I see the pictures, man. Shout out to Hargis, man. Shout out to the baby. I see you. I'm learning to make sure I tap in with what people are sending while we doing this show. With that being said, guys, this is dark. Man, listen. Let me say this, right? For those believers out there, those that religious based, you kind of know the Bible and those type of things. We all know violence has been here a long time. Anger, hate has been here a long time. And it's not going anywhere. But she makes some vital points. She does. Sometimes the noose isn't just a hemp rope. Sometimes it is us doing it to ourselves. I'm 41, guys. My old man had a conversation with me about him growing up and what he had to kind of deal with. My mother showed me the school she went to, which was actually a barn. Her elementary school was actually a barn. Some of them you guys may have not seen, some of you may have, but we went to our family reunion recently, and she took me down them old dirt roads. And as a kid, she used to show us these spots in different ways, even on my uncle's paperwork. You know what I mean? Don't say child, don't say human being. You know what I mean? It says Negro. And, this is a sensitive subject for some. And for some, it's just another movie. For some, this is just what's supposed to happen. Man, y'all always bringing up the past, bro. Why y'all keep bringing up the past? Because it hasn't been talked about enough. Most people that talk about this type of topic become deleted. They become the target. They become the one that you always stirring up the pots. Right now, this is 2026. I just want to put some out there, right? Negroes ain't hanging themselves. D.L. Hughley really was. He really did make some points. Now, there's many other ones. You guys go back to Dick Gregory. You guys look up what Dick Gregory did as a comedian. You want to talk about comedians? Look up. I've seen the messages. Look up what's going on with Dick Gregory. His son was an amazing swimmer. Somehow he drowned. Oh, there's been many others. Angel is blowing up my messages with these posts. If I was living in the Mickey Mouse world, you guys don't know any history on Mickey Mouse. But if I was born and I thought the world was all happy and smiles, I would be a fool. I would be doing you guys a disservice if I even spoke like that. Hate is not, you're not born hating anyone. You're taught this stuff. You're taught this stuff. And when you constantly see something over and over and over, it kind of sticks. We do it to each other. You may not want to admit it, but you do it to the same individuals you may walk to, be around. Stereotypes. I know in your head, man, I ain't racist, bro. I don't hate nobody. I love everybody. But the first time you see your brother walk up in them store with a hoodie on and it's 90-something degrees outside, the first thing you're thinking is, man, what this fool on? Are you judging? Are you being racist? I don't know. You just kind of being observant. There's no excuse for it. But these things have been happening since Roman times and even before then. Go up, look up some of the Moors' history. It's kind of switched around. Somebody's always been the scapegoat for others' ignorance. You know what I mean? What's good with it, bro? And we talk about this. There's some stuff going on right now as we speak. There was a whole shootout where a grandmother and a 2-year-old child was just recently unalived. But that's what I'm saying, you know. At one point, the news wasn't showing a lot of this stuff. Social media became the news. I'm not saying it's always the best source of information, but it is definitely a source. You start hearing other people's stories. I was looking up an artist story. You guys know I'm an artist, obviously. And it was a young brother at 19. He was about to be castrated for doing what average people do. You know, regular everyday people do. Doing something he loved. Went to jail for a whole year without even being charged for nothing. He was in the prison so long, and this is from a documentary called Ashes Assassin in 2019, right? You can go check it out. There's a doctor that, and I'll give y'all her little story here in a second, but he was 19, doing what 19-year-olds do. Chill, relax. Ended up getting gathered up, sent to prison, because he joined the civil rights joint, right? He's 19. They put him in jail for a year. No charges, nothing, no unlawful. He ain't did nothing wrong. Just threw him in jail because the way he looked. Oh, the whole year, 365 days. On that last year, the day of that year, one of the wardens came in and you know how they do their checks going through prison, and his mind broke. He stuffed the toilet paper roll in the bathroom, in the john, flooded the bathroom so they could come check on him. As he came in, check on him, his mind broke from being encaged like an animal for so long for not doing anything wrong. He chose to take that officer's weapon. And the officer pleaded for his life. And he escaped. Believe it or not, the man escaped. He escaped, ran, you know what I mean? And the wrong that he did was he left the cotton farm without a approval from the master, right? So he left. Now mind y'all now, listen. But some of y'all may know, y'all think the plantation and stuff was over. That shit was still going on for a long, long time. A long, long time. People just, when you can't read, you don't know. You go with what you know, what you've been taught. That's why I said hatred is not, you're not born to hate. You're taught this stuff. Your environment tells you what to do. Society tells you what to do, and that's what you go with. Right? So the man ran and went to go get some help. When he got the help, went to somebody that looked like us. Guess what this lady did? She called the laws. She called the police on him. He escaped. He gave the whole story. And she called the police on him. So, guess what happened? Well, since the chains didn't hold you down, the mob is coming after you. And I ain't talking about the Italian mob. Yeah, y'all should look it up. You ain't seen it, go watch Ashes to Ashes. It's a great documentary. Great documentary. Very detailed. You know what I mean? They went and grabbed up the dude. Strung him on his feet, went to go castrate him, and then they went to go hang him and burn him alive. But guess who saved him? I'm gonna tell you who saved him. I'm not gonna get the whole thing, but you guys should really look it up. Guess who saved him? A white man saved him. You wanna know how he saved him? Man, listen, they've been lynching and killing people so long. The dude was like, man, I got something better to do. We can do something better with him. We can do something else other with him. That's what saved him. They did it for so long. They did it to so many people. It was just like, I'm tired right now. Like, you go do a workout somewhere, go do workout, work your body out, your body start to reach physical failure. And say, all right, I'm tired, I'm gonna go do something else. That's what saved him, man. Man, I didn't like him. He didn't see that he was doing no wrong. It was something that they did regularly, and it wasn't against the law in certain places. Yeah, the longer version of what Angel wrote is on the website. You can definitely go check it out. We're not here to trigger nobody, but these conversations got to be had. They're taking this stuff out of the schools. They're taking the history out of the schools. All history ain't beautiful, guys. Listen. Nobody's history is beautiful. Now, you want to take it to another level. There's a doctor that's out there that went and helped do this documentary. What she did for the 4,000 slaves that never got to get a proper burial, she organized a whole funeral procession for all 4,000 slaves. Filmed it, documented it. Also, she got names as many as she could, and then she got tags that said unnamed slave, right? And had all these people yelling these people names out. White folks, Asian folks, black folks, all different type of background, all ethnical backgrounds. You gotta be really moved. You gotta really have been through those times. Like most of us ain't never felt what it's like to be cracked with no whip or 9 tails, or now some of us may have felt an extension cord. Some of us may have felt a belt. Doesn't compare. You know what I'm saying? You've never heard, you never smelled human flesh being burnt. It's a smell that you never get away. Okay? I have. Let me tell you something. I've served with some amazing individuals. I've served some people that may not quite associate with my kind. But when we ride out them gates, we together. Well, I say that's what separates a lot of us civilian from, no matter where you come from, what set you claim, what side of the world you from. We both in this sterling pot, and we both can be unalive today. Well, on today, we finna work together. But these things happen. I know we want to get this big fairy tale synopsis. Man, listen. These things can change. All this stuff could change. You don't even, it ain't got to keep bringing this stuff. That's the saying right now, man. Y'all got to leave the past in the past. It only works for some. You know what I mean? Now, we don't teach our kids nothing about no hate. We do teach them, hey, somebody do something wrong with you, do what you got to do to protect yourself. Damn what the rules may say. Rules are here at home. Teaching starts home here. That school is daycare. And they I still got my own rates on that, but that's not today's topic. But listen, there's a lot of RIP to the strikers. To them soldiers. RIP to all soldiers, man. All right, but there is a lot of individuals right now that are getting a taste of this. So, I wasn't around in those times. There was other individuals I know that were in those times. Shoot, I still got grandparents, aunties, great aunties that was there around these times. But let me say this. Times ain't changed. It may not, listen. If you ain't really in the southern states, you probably not. You probably just ain't. You just don't know. There's certain sundown cities in this state that you just might not want to ride through. Just saying. Not saying that it make you soft. It's just something that you are taught growing up here. I'm in Texas. Now there's some other states a little more southern. One thing about people, human beings, they don't like to break tradition. I'm saying that one more time. Some individuals don't like to break tradition. Listen. And now, some of y'all may not do a lot of history. Some of y'all may not do a lot of deep diving into this. We're still living in the Roman times. I'm gonna let you guys know that right now. Right now. Don't be fooled. Just because there's technology out here, I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of us are slaves to the fingers. Some of us are slaves to this device right here. Yeah, but this is what your parents teach you. My old man had this conversation with me. Listen, rest in peace to my father, right? And to anybody's parents who's just passed away, you know what I mean? Send love to him. I heard Angel in the post. You know, we put up a quick RIP. We put up some emojis, and there's really like a disconnect with people. But I'm genuinely saying, like, you know, things happen. We don't get to live long. You see, I'm a realist, guys. I know I'm gonna ascend someday, sometime, right? I'm not finna sit here and shuck and jive, which like my uncle say. We ain't shucking and jiving. We ain't shucking and jiving. We know we only got a short time of being here, depending on what you believe in, right? So while I'm here, all I can do is peel back the layers, do some research, have some facts behind some of the things I'm saying, and continue to move forward. Now, I'm not saying we need to dwell in the past, but you need to know your past to realize and understand what's happening today. The reason why a lot of people are shocked with everything that they're hearing right now and seeing right now is because y'all ain't did no research. You ain't studied anything that's happened. These used to be actual events. Y'all not know. You go through history, man. I know y'all watching the movies and shit like that, but you go through history. It was a thing to go. That's why Angel don't like using the word picnic. You know what I mean? She cannot stand that word picnic, right? She can't stand it. So you ever get around here and be, hey, let's go to a picnic. She gonna look at you side-eye and think something wrong with you. Go do the research on where picnics was. You know what I mean? These things used to happen. Public hell. Here we go. We're not finna take it there, but I'm finna take it to at least to the rim. I'm not finna dunk it. I was gonna take it to the rim. You think about it. A lot of y'all wear little crosses on your neck, right? You know, little crosses, the cross, the crucifix, you know, representing the sign of, you know, someone has given, you know, their life for your sins. I know you heard about it. You may have heard about it. You may have even seen it in a movie or something. You may have watched The Passion. Let me tell you something. Now, I'm not here to offend nobody. Okay? That is a public form of showing what was said to happen to an individual. Publicly ridiculed. You are wearing a symbol of death. Yes, I just said that. I sure did. Yeah, I did. That's what you're wearing. Now I know the reason why you got it, man. You know, it's my protection, but that's what it is. Okay, let's take it a little further. Okay, this is still lining the same subject. So I'm saying, when you do communion, have you ever took communion? I've took communion before. This is a ritual that you go through to remind you of what happened and what someone had did for you. They used to do this all the time, a public showing of someone being unalive. This was a thing. The gladiators. You know how we watch football? I love football. You know, we watch sports and all this stuff. You watch boxing? You like boxing? Watch boxing. We love violence. Don't say you don't. Because I know you watch plenty of movies. We love violence when it's not happening to us. When it don't hit home. Yeah, you already know where I was going with that. Somebody made a little comment about, bro, you talking about you cannibal. You know, bro, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood, you know. Symbols. People don't like to break traditions. don't just think just because we done heard about the young man out there by the university hung from a tree, that's the only one. Stop playing with me. The older cat that was drugged behind the truck with the chain, drugged for a few miles, he's not the only one. You're just barely seeing some of this stuff. The real question here is, what you gonna do about it? I'll wait. My homegirl did a post earlier. She was talking about what happened out there in Gary, Indiana. Right? It is great to talk about situations and these type of topics and stuff like that is needed. But at the end of the day, what we gonna do about it? We finna stand up and destroy everything, bro. I can't stand what they did to our people, but you wasn't the one getting cracked with the whip. There is a great cartoon. Yeah, I said cartoon. There's a great cartoon that breaks this down amazingly, right? Now with some comedic appeal. There's a show called, I don't even know if the show is aired anymore. They may have taken it down. I don't know. But it was really real, right? The show used to be called Boondocks. You ever heard of Boondocks? Not the Boondock Saints. Pew, pew. But I'm talking about the Boondocks. You ever heard of it? It's a good show. Good cartoon, right? It's a good cartoon. Great cartoon. Amazing writers before Sony bought it over. Before it was sold to Sony. Sony destroyed it after that. Sony ran away from the facts. The Boondocks. There's an episode in Boondocks where they're covering what we talking about right now. Right now. Right? I'll just play this over. If I play it, if I play this over, they're gonna cut the stream. So you guys just have to go to Boondocks and kind of watch over a few of the episodes, right? There's an episode where they're talking about the and then Django, and this is just a few. There's a few episodes in that cartoon talking about what we talking about today. Who's hanging us now? And what I'm about to say, y'all gotta go watch the episode. But like what I'm about to say right now is true, but it may be hurtful. Most of us are hanging our own damn selves. You know, Angel's in her blog. She was talking about how. She was talking about how they was calling us animals and monkeys and all this stuff. Listen, not gonna lie to y'all. Some of us out there looking like straight up circus animals. I'm not here to be your friend, guys. I'm just saying like it is. Telling you like it is. When you go to the circus, anybody been to the circus? Universal Soul Circus? You ever been to the Ringling Barney Bailey Circus? What happens when somebody goes right in front of you? What happens when you go in front of the cage? What happens? What happens when you go in front of the cage? Now I'm going somewhere with this. Check it out. What happens when you walk in front of the cage when the animal's in the cage? Animal starts to do what? Start to wild out. To put on a show so they can feel like they're being free and seen. And if I'm lying, you ain't gotta watch no more. All right, here we go again. All right, for my people that did a little time, here we go. What happens when the fresh meat come in and they walk by the cage? Yeah, okay, you ain't just. Hey, if you walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's dinner. I have to put Comedieville because it's dark, just a dark topic. But you know I'm not lying. Go check out our blog. Read the whole damn thing. Sometimes I'm not, listen, I'm guilty of it too. That's how real the show is. I was an ignorant fool. And when listen, just hear me out. When the kudos and the praise for you to go out there and wild out and be crazy, be like, yeah, bro, I see, yeah, you knocked that fool out, bro. You did that. Get what? Let me find somebody else to do it. Just saying, it don't matter what color or race you are. Man, we just let that boy. You see how he was You see how he was swinging? I tied that rope real good, didn't I? My grandpa and grandpappy taught me well. This is not a show for the light and faint heart. I told y'all this show is for survivors and veterans. Those that cannot take it, move the hell on. See, when I you know, I really commend individuals out here that do the protesting, right? I got some homegirls do some protest. I got some people that really be really hard into the protests. Let me tell you something, man. When the shit hits the fan, they're the first to run. That's why I always say, man, protect home first before you start advocating for this is what we should do. It's easy to yell. It's easy to yell when the hanging and lynching mob is 50,000 miles away. It's easy to come up with a concept. This is what we're supposed to do, but your ass is doing that in the crib. It's easy. Listen, I came home to a protest. It's easy to write a sign and, let me not go there. Yeah, fuck that. Listen, it's easy to put your little happy message on a sign and swinging in people's faces that's done went through the dirt and your ass is fresh and clean. It's easy to hate when you've been taught to hate. It's something called muscle memory. These things have been happening since Cain and Abel. I'm not here to be liked. I love myself enough not to be liked by nobody. Damn it. Sometimes we fall into that little, you know what, it's so funny, man. You ever seen people when they watch some of the old, I don't know, y'all. Yeah, why? It used to be a show called Roots back in the day. Old school show Roots. After you watch the show Roots, now everybody want to mob up. Man, bro, we can go handle, we can't allow this to ever happen again. What? Sit your ass down. Sit down. Sit your ass down. Am I saying these things are right? No, I'm not saying. I am not saying that it's okay for these things to happen. But tell you what, man, they're not going anywhere. That's why it's so important for you to, I know everybody get there and laugh at me because I get out here and I still get out here and rock. I still out here do knife training. I'm out here preparing for things that may not ever come, but I'm prepared. If something pop off, man, I could run 3 miles and not have an issue going out there and make sure my kids are straight. Huh? Yeah, you got to. Man, they don't do, you know what's so funny though? I talked to some homie yesterday, right? I was talking about DVDs and VHSs. He was like, bro, that's so old, man. We don't need that. But as soon as the pie, As soon as you ain't got no internet, now you twiddling thumbs like, oh, what to do? Like, well, shit, back in the day, we just slapped in a goddamn DVD. We slapped in a goddamn VHS. You know what I mean? And watch that shit over and over and over. And then again, you know, besides the point. But like these things that are happening right now, same one with the individuals what's going on in Houston right now. You know what I mean? These things have been happening. They're going to continue to happen. We're just seeing it now. Everybody's seeing it at the same time because of technology. We all seeing the same way when the Amber Alerts come on the phone. I got a little concept about that, but we're going to say that on another show because, yeah. I got a problem with that. Every day we hear this all the time. See, if you ain't never came from a neighborhood and never been in a neighborhood where public demonstrations of anger happen, you probably wouldn't understand. And most of the time, the ones that are out here causing the damage, they don't understand. They're just doing what they've been taught. Just like changing a tire to them. You don't roll a lug and it's all in the circle. You do it in a star formation. It's a certain type of rope you gotta get. You don't get the one next to have no flex in it. You gotta get the ones with the healthy fibers. This is how you buck it. Listen, I was about to take it to the bucking thing. You want to break some individuals down, man, you go through history, man, they had ways of making you do what they wanted you to do. But here's why I believe we were born in a certain time for a certain reason. Because it would have been a whole lot. Boy. You know. But these things ain't going nowhere. I used to be on a Ursher board. I don't know if you guys know what an Ursher board is. It's the people when you go into the church and like they open the door for you or they like pass off a tray, they do all that type of stuff, right? We have to go. You know how like churches used to, churches, it's been so long, but like, I don't know if churches go and visit other churches like that, like they used to do back in the day, but like we had to go visit the church. We had to go to a place called Gun Barrel, Texas. You probably never heard of it. But now I'm a little kid at the time. I'm 41 right now, so I'm probably about 7 years old. Right, 6, 7 years old, maybe somewhere around there. And I was wondering why we was in this little church van riding, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere we speeding up. I'm talking about speeding. Yo, it's funny now because I realized what was happening. We was riding through a town we weren't supposed to ride through. Now, this is in the 90s, y'all. Don't get it twisted. Listen, okay, I'll put it like this. That may not be clear for you guys to understand. Check this out. I bet your ass won't ride through LA in certain parts of LA acting like you so hard and doing it. It's the same. Man, it's same thing. Different color, same thing. Different color, same thing. Not color the flag, but I'm saying different skin color, different pigmentation, lack of melanin or full of melanin, because that's what changed the color of your skin. Same thing. You've been taught this. Some people don't even understand what's going on. They don't even know why they hate you. They just hate you because this is what I'm supposed to do. Could be somebody you cool with. I used to work for a guy. I used to work at a store called Mignards. A long time ago. I worked with an Aryan brother. My manager was an Aryan brother. That motherfucker was real deal, ball, didn't play. Man, go kick them damn baskets, boy. Type individual. There's the buggies that you go pick up outside the store. You know, you bring the buggies back in, get a little tip from the people that come get their groceries. This is in Oak Cliff. Right off Southampton. To Menards, down the way, right down from Sunset High School. At the time, I'm just doing my job, buy me a little drum set. My little $75 little check area. I thought I was making some money. My check used to say $80. My check used to say $75. On a good week, on a good be like 105, right? But let me tell you something that I did learn from this dude. I will say this. When you believe in something so hard, you don't mind carrying on your chest. That man had that. We was out there moving these bags, and I think it was like a powder bag. You know, the old school bags used to get locked up together, and they wouldn't come apart, and everybody tried to pull them back, they just wouldn't come apart. Man can't roll his sleeve up, and he got old taco meat out. Chest, man, but right on the whole thing, man, the whole shit on his chest. Yeah, I'm just looking at the time, not really knowing what's going on. But I'm saying, when you're taught certain things, you see certain things, either you gonna roll with it or you gonna get going. Certain things are not gonna change. Traditions that's been happening over hundreds of years. Some of these things not gonna change. Now they may not be, well, I can't say they're not hanging nobody today, but they're doing this stuff, man. I know you live in there. I know. That's why I kind of threw that out there, bro. We live in a sensitive society. We live in a sensitive world, man. We want to block and cancel everything in these type of topics, man. But it only gets real when it hits home. That's when people want to get. It's too late to get active when it. It's too late to get active once it hits your doorstep. By the time it hits your doorstep, the whole block been flooded with it. That's the most time you hear. That's the most time when you hear people upset and angry. When it hits home. When it don't hit home and it's just on the TV screen, on the news, on the late night news, or coming across a social media feed, it's like, okay, it's something else to pass by. Trust me, I do it too. You may not want me, I do it with my thumb. I'm doing what I gotta do so I can get back to what I'm rolling on, what I'm making happen. But as soon as they hit that door, this is what's going on. Sir, ma'am, this is what happened. The kid come up missing. What? Huh? What? Huh? We can't find your auntie. Huh? What? Huh? We're just humans, man. I'm not vouching for nobody saying nothing, right? But when you taught something, that's all you know. That's all you know has been taught. That's what you feel like you need to go by. But you'll find out the hard way. Everybody just not finna just go with what you've been taught. I learned that in the military. A lot of us are taught different. A lot of us are brought up different. People got different traits, different characteristics. Let me say this, because I was watching. That's why I said I gotta go watch the Ashes. There's the father on there, right? And the father was in front of right in front of the lynching mob, right? And they gave this man an option. Now I want to know what you guys think. They gave this man an option. Either we unalive your son and let you live, or you both go. What would you guys do? Would you let them unalive your son, or would you both go? Now, before you answer that, because he did answer it. You watch the documentary, he give you his full answer, right? So, that's not his only child. He's got 4 other kids and a wife. His options, standing in front of the lynching mob, we gonna drown your son, or we let you live, or we drown both of y'all. Let's roll down. Let me say that one more again. This is the options they gave this man, this father. His father of 5, right? And it's just him and his son in front of that mob. That mob's option was, you gonna watch your son drown by us so you can live to tell a story, or you both gonna go today. What would you do? What would you do? What would be your answer to the mob? Would you say, we're just gonna have to take both of us? Or would you be like, well, son, this is just the way it is, man. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what any decent father would do. At least fight. That ain't what he did. That ain't what he did. He made a choice. It may not be the choice you're thinking he made. It get deeper than just seeing a little post. It get deeper than just hearing the little sidebar stories. That's why I say you got to go talk to some of the old folks. Old folks will give you some elite game that books not finna give you. And it wasn't take him only. It was take him and the son. I'm going to send you the video. It was either your son go, float, they were tying his legs up, tying his hand up so he couldn't swim, so he can go down and drown in the river. Or they both be drowned in the river. You either can live to tell the story, Negro, and go protect the rest of your family, or you both finna go up the room. These are the options that we are giving you. What you gonna do? You better strap up. Just because it's 2026 don't mean you don't need no stick. That's what the young kids say, stick. Y'all know this is a regular thing. Every Sunday, y'all like going to church. This would happen after Sunday service. That's why you gotta be careful around me. I research stuff. I asked Angel a couple of times, man, which one of these should we have a conversation on today? Because she got one that's coming tomorrow that's a lot deeper than this. Season may be gone, but we still living in Roman times. What decision would you make? I wouldn't really be able to say until I was in that situation. That's why I said we quick to say what we would do. But have you ever been in that situation? Pray nobody ever had to be in that situation. You get realer than just reading about the famous people. We hear about Martin, we hear about Malcolm X, we hear about Frederick Douglass, but there are stories and stories that we ain't even touched on. Just because the topic is dark, cringy, don't mean it don't need to be spoke on. Hey man, before we get out here, man, let me go ahead and drop these runs real quick, man. Gotta do it, man. Just show respect. Roll that footage. I pulled over for just a second. I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you to go to jbcomedy.com and go get you a stanky skin tee. You heard it. That's right. And you might be wondering to yourself, bro, why do I want to get a stanky skin tee for? Well, let me tell you. There's a Stanky Skin special out right now that you can go purchase only for $5. And you can go check out the video, stream it, run it, get your laugh in the same way I was laughing. He is a veteran, so you know I'm supporting all the way. I got my ticket. Go get yours. Get you some of that Stanky Skin tee. 100% cotton, unisex. Everybody's included. Have to pull over and let you guys know. It's Inside. Welcome back to Inside Speaks, military veteran point of view. It's only one way to do it, y'all. The right way. Support the people when you can. You may not always got it, so make sure you hit a like, share, and subscribe to everything bro's got going. But if you got a little extra, make sure you go get you some gear, lock in, get you some ticket, and maybe come to a city near you. He's always on the road. Lock in. It's all the way up. Roll that footage. Also, make sure you guys lock in, man. September 12th, 2026, we will be in Kansas City, man. That's right. Ink and Instinct, man, the first annual AuthorCon. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be powerful, man. They have created a space where writers, poets, and storytellers can come together, share their works, connect, and grow. Get your tickets. VIP packages are available. Make sure you guys tap in. This is created by a veteran, so I need you guys to tap in. If you haven't already, man, make sure you guys also check out the Yum Yum Project, man, Wrapped in Warmth. Wrapped in Warmth, man. Help out another family that may not have it. It is time to give back. I have already donated the same way many others have, man. But do what you can with what you can. Even if it's just a like and share. Do what you got to do to make that happen. With that being said, also tap in with Angel Williams, rawtruenovels.org. The wait is over. Now available, man. Big G over here done bottled the stove out. He done bought the stove out. But shout out to bro, man. I appreciate it. We still gonna get you signed copies. Don't worry. September gonna be a powerful month anyway. With that being said, man, all over the world is out right now, man. Make sure you guys tap in with it. All over the world is going crazy. As you see, we pulled up on different spots. Big shout out to all the radio stations, everybody, and the DJs that are spinning it right now. We really appreciate you. This man has been deserving this over time. Like I said, man, that is my time, guys. Also, check out SemiQuest at the Luxury Pool Party. Definitely one of them ones. Y'all seen how the other videos went. Y'all seen how the phone party went. Y'all seen how the boat videos went. This one right here. Trust me, there ain't gonna be no trees hanging out there. Ain't gonna be no lynching out there. Might be some titties swinging. Might be some ass shaking. But ain't gonna be none of that. Make sure you guys lock in, man. This is your boy Inside, man. And once again, it's been another amazing show. Hey, man, we got a special one tomorrow. We got a real special one tomorrow. You do not want to miss. Parents, you're gonna want to watch this one. Run that footage. Love you guys. It's Inside. Another amazing show, man. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. It's your boy Inside. Make sure you guys continue to like, share, comment, and be involved in the conversation. Every morning, 10 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, we do it again. I'll see you there. I'm going to make my way back home. You guys stay safe. Roll those credits.